right, guys, you see the title of the video, you see the thumbnail, you already know what time it is. It is time to get active. Shout out to content creators. Make it common. They actually reached out to me on my Instagram at Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. There's a link to it down in the description box down below if you guys want to follow me and continue to send me content. They thanked me for the last commentary that I did on a video of theirs. Then they said, listen, we got another one for you. I took a look. I said, yeah, let's get active. Title of this video, men and women value different things in a relationship. Without further ado.
Welcome to Bridge the Gap, a show where we aim to build a bridge of understanding between opposing views. Each episode, you will see our participants sit down to discuss some thought-provoking statements.
Women are more loyal than men.
If they disagree with the statement, they'll leave their seat and allow those that agree to explain themselves.
I think men are a lot more easier to let a relationship go.
Those that disagree then return and express themselves to the rest of the group,
I do believe it's 50-50. I feel like both genders cheat equally.
hopefully building a bridge of understanding. Let's see what happens.
That took all my strength.
Men want a beautiful girl and women want a rich man.
Hold up. Hold up. It's gonna be a bunch of cap in this episode, okay? Do men want a visually aesthetic and appealing, young-looking lady? And do women want money? You saw the stutter steps of the young ladies over here. It looks like my brother's about to walk out right here, okay? The stutter steps over here is because there's a sense of shame, okay, that young ladies think about when it comes to actually identifying the things that they are interested in. I think a component of it, society shames them, but men are also shamed for this attractiveness thing as well. They call them shallow if you're looking for a pretty young thing. I think this is gonna be a very interesting discussion just based off this. Now let me give my quick points before this. I think that in general, in mass, yes, this is a truth that we can all live by. Of course, there's gonna be nuances. Of course, there's gonna be outliers within that. But what I find is that within this majority dynamic, usually less attractive women don't want to agree. And then also dudes without financial foundation don't want to agree either, which is interesting. Because like the dudes that make sufficient money are probably the ones that are going to stay. And attractive women are probably the ones that are going to stay for this conversation because they agree with the overarching statement. But let's get in there. I want to see the thoughts. Let's see, do they leave or not?
Just take the chair with you, innit?
Oh, okay, man.
They stay.
Gosh.
They're scared of getting judged. Look at.
So disappointed in myself.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
When we're talking beauty, are we talking about just physically or are we talking about within as well?
Oh,
Shut up.
I like that.
You know what they're talking
Rich, are we
about.
talking about rich and soul? Rich and money?
Big cap, all episode. Let's get this on.
Obviously, I feel like, yeah, he doesn't want someone that, if we're talking about physically, he doesn't want someone that looks good though.
Yeah.
That you're not gonna go and look at someone that's ugly and say, ooh, ah.
You have to wake up, every morning you got to wake up with that person, yeah?
Okay.
And if they're pushing us 4 out of 10,
That's dead. 4.
you're looking, that is
No,
that's,
beauty is in the eye of the
you're not going to
beholder.
get out of bed. Actually, no, you are going to jump out of
I'm
bed.
even gonna get in the bit.
No, but I think,
No, it's
I
not.
think beauty is very important.
Like, yeah.
You have to be attracted to
There
them.
we go.
Yes, and
Yeah.
beauty can be seen differently by each person.
Subjective,
Yeah.
subjective.
So for example, you might meet a girl that you might not be initially attracted to, but the attraction grows.
Yeah.
Is she still what you would classify as beautiful, or
Yeah.
is it because
That's what I say, because obviously, me personally, obviously,
It's not in the eye of the ball. So the thing is yes, it can shift a little bit depending upon the particular person, okay? But generally attractive people will get attractive numbers on a scaling of 1 through 10. And less attractive people will more than often get less. You don't take a 1 and say, no, that's a 10. Like more often than not, there's beauty standards as well. I don't know why people don't like to be rated and ranked on things like that. I think it's just to make those that are not as genetically gifted feel good about themselves. Let's keep going.
he looks is amazing, but if you can look like Beyonce, but your personality could be like,
Yeah.
just
I think in the short
am I doing
term, this is a right statement. In the short term, men do want someone who's beautiful.
Yeah,
In the short term, women would want someone who...
No, but I don't think it's about the riches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think it's about? It's the sort of personality and the discipline that someone who's managed to attain a certain level of wealth has accumulated.
I
can agree with that.
It's that we're
Financial
attracted
security, someone
to.
that's
We're not attracted to the fact that they're rich. We're attracted to the fact that they are
Useful.
They will have a certain diligence about them. They will be
It is utility.
intense. They'll be on it.
100%.
And that's what we're attracted to, because every woman loves a leader. We love a man that's holding it down. We'll just be like, yeah, he might not even be rich at that moment, but you can see the potential.
Yeah.
That is it. I don't think it's, he has to be caked in money. No, he just needs to be going somewhere and actually working towards it, because ambition is attractive. That's what I think.
Of course, and of course, the ambition leads to being financially secure.
Not always.
Yeah.
Because you can have a lot of ambition, someone can have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
What about
But
the work
They can
rate?
work for a
They're
non-profit
not really.
sometimes it just doesn't happen.
and not make a lot of money.
It maybe
Yeah.
you have the work rate and there's something wrong in the plan of action. But I think when it comes to rich men, like 100% the work rate, and that is like the leader is really attractive for women, but the security as well.
Yeah, so it's being a provider.
Yeah, there's a provider, there's a sense of maybe, depending on the girl, a certain lifestyle and everything. And it's just like
So if someone was a provider and they drove a Prius, that's fine, yeah?
a provider. Pardon?
Providing and they give
You heard him.
I'm not up to, don't ask me no questions.
See? Yo, there's so much cap.
What did you just say, Dan?
See, that's the thing. That's the bullshit that you get. That's why it's so interesting going over shit like this, because you could just tell from the uneasiness in the body language. She wants a dude with money. She just doesn't want to admit it. That's why you saw that setup in the beginning where she's looking at her friend, she's looking across, she's looking at producers. God damn it, I know I want a dude with money, but the perception of how people are going to look at me knowing that I want a dude with money is going to look so bad, but my homegirl's sitting right here, so I'll stay with her. Okay? Because I feel more confident if there's at least one other that's willing to admit the truth. You know how to kill this argument? What's more likely? A successful businessman walking into a restaurant and seriously dating a waitress, or a successful businesswoman walking into a restaurant and dating a handsome waiter? Okay? Which one's more likely? Let's not lie about that shit. We both look for different things, and there's nothing that we should be ashamed of within that. Okay? Ladies, you're looking for security. Okay? You're looking for provision. That's cool. Guys, you want a baddie, a respectable baddie. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let people shame you out of what you want. Okay? Let's keep going.
Right, no one's gonna get a screenshot.
I just
What y'all disagree
like-
with? Let's get it
I
popping.
thought you on the floor of it.
No, that's not my thing.
Easier to handle.
My thing was just more.
That's maintenance.
I don't think it's just because some of the descriptions you've had is kind of like, oh, with time and stuff like that. And with certain men, it's not about the beauty, because at the end of the day, it's not what you see. Sometimes it's what you feel.
What you feel? So,
You know what I mean? Like,
See,
so.
that's where I'm with you on this one.
Do you get what I mean? So,
Cap,
I mean,
cap,
sometimes
cap.
she might be the most beautiful person, but you don't feel anything for them. Or it could be they are not. It's just your friend that you've known for a while, and you just know they're gonna take care of you.
Let's stop the cap. Men are visual creatures. Shout out to Instagram, which continues to fund your local Fatiana. Shout out to all the strip clubs. Shout out to all the things that men engage in for visual pleasure. The argument there is that men more often are looking for visual experiences within relationships than women. Okay? Stop the cap, my friend.
And that's why you choose them. So it really just,
I think that's dangerous, though. I think in a long-term relationship, you might feel for that person, but then, like,
If you
as
feel-
human nature, if a 10 out of 10's walking past, then you're
nah,
not.
then you don't
You
feel
go.
for the person.
Here's what I-
Then
No,
you
I don't
feel
believe
for
that
the
because
person.
it's just a natural humanistic.
No, I agree.
Do you know, no. I say pretty is everywhere. Handsome is everywhere.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. It's about the feeling.
Yeah, because
But
Temptation is real, but
I'm not saying
you have to be
temptation
attracted
isn't.
to the person you love. You
Okay,
have
for
to.
me,
You would be.
I'm going to say for me, it's a case of I disagree with the whole thing of men like beautiful women and women like rich men, because if we're talking about aesthetics, I think, okay, cool, we can all, everybody, for me, I think that a man can lust after a woman that is aesthetically beautiful, but then everyone has their own ideas and concepts of what beautiful is, and it might not seem like the norm, but for me, I don't really agree with that even then.
All right, let's switch it.
And also because if men are rich, if it's a case of women are attracted to men that are rich, as in financially rich, for me, it's got to be soul rich. It's got to be mentally rich. Cool, we can have money, and I get the whole thing about you're attracted to the ambition, but we're talking about what his bank account is saying.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah,
I interpret it as what his bank account is saying. Now, a man can have not so much money, and for me, he could be like very attentive, charismatic. He's on point, like spiritually. His mind is just phenomenal. It bangs differently. Do you understand that? For me, that is what it is for me.
No, I hear that. So
I respect her answer, but again, we're talking about what men and women value in relationships, and oftentimes it's a comparison to what they value, right? So like anecdotal experiences versus what do you think the general and the masses are going for?
would you see a rich man with an ugly woman? Or like less attractive?
That's subjective.
Or just let
Never.
Like, if you really think about it,
and then would you see a
beautiful woman
beautiful woman
with a poor man.
I mean, do you know what? Do you know when you're in school, yeah?
Never.
You might not be physically attracted to someone right from the start, but the more time you spend with them, you end up becoming attracted to them because you see eye to eye with them.
You get to know them.
Or maybe because they've got a beautiful soul.
When you because it's not
No, but
all
everybody
about the
just likes
outside.
something that they get along with. You just.
And you can be my friend.
Yeah, you can be my
I need
friend.
to be physically
But then there is
attracted
a
to
difference between physical attraction and actually,
Yeah.
and you should be able to.
You must be able to
stand
feel
up.
it.
But
Come on.
I just think it's very. It really just depends on the situation, and I think, especially even when you were talking about ambition, he doesn't have money yet. Right?
Yeah, he might not.
So that's a different thing.
But even when they do have it, you still see that trait in them.
Not all of them.
unless they're an
And that's what I mean, because there are a lot of fraud boys,
Okay, but I'm not talking about.
and there are a lot of women around them.
clean money boy.
There are a lot of women around them, and that's because they have money and not because of what
They're within.
it's
I
not
agree.
because of the amount of work they put in or anything along those lines. It's just because they
have the
have
riches
money
there.
Probably still
and
a
they can
hustle
give me a
instead.
lifestyle.
Ambition
I
is
want.
there.
No,
I'll encourage them.
But what about the men who are not ambitious but they just
sometimes-
inherited wealth? Some people do that. They haven't worked for anything. They've just acquired.
yeah, they just have the money.
Then
Gold
I
diggers
guess
would like
there's
that.
I think it's a temporary attraction. Once that money's finished, so what? The women, everybody's gone.
They're out.
That's why you
Yeah.
can't just
Everybody's
be
gonna be
attracted to the riches.
I just feel like,
You
yeah,
can't
I
just be
feel like
attracted to the riches, but I'm sorry, it is true.
It is.
Love
Look,
doesn't pay the bills.
The money thing is true.
doesn't
to a
pay the
certain
bills.
extent. It really just
I
depends
think-
on who, because there's some women that are not looking for that. They've been with people with money and they've realized that
It's not it.
yeah, I feel
not it for
money
me,
will even
fam.
make you a bit arrogant. But I just feel
Oh, it's
like
not when. Oh, okay.
Money don't change. It can alter happiness, but it
No,
don't
because
heal
my thing is,
happiness.
it sounds nice.
the
Everybody
long
says
term.
things that sound nice.
Yeah,
It
yeah, no, I
sounds
get that.
nice.
I get
and
that.
it sounds nice. But when you're in the gritty, dark place and you're like, how am I going to get out of this? That beautiful woman, you're not going to enjoy her. In fact, you're not going to be fighting. But financially, if you're okay financially, you can get things done, and that's what you need to move your life forward. So I'm not saying that it's that you should just go for a rich guy, but I'm saying we're not just attracted to the rich, we're attracted to what's driving him.
Guys, I'll leave a link to this down in the description box down below. Make sure you go over to their channel and go see the full video, because there's a lot more portions within this video of their conversations. Just to summarize my thoughts real quick. Again, I think that this statement is blanketed true for the majority of people. However, shout out to the young lady in the middle point. She was saying that there's other factors as well. Of course, there's other factors as well. Absolutely, of course. But truth be told, I think that the question at the title of this video, that do men and women value different things in a relationship? And I think, yes, we absolutely do. And I think a lot of it is driven from an evolutionary perspective. Shout out again to Make It Comment. Fantastic video. Fantastic content. Appreciate you guys. Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Guys, feel free to hit me up. Got an Instagram as well that I shouted out before. Link to it down in the description box down below. Last but not least, if you want to get closer to your boy, if you want to join my inner community of super dope people focused on improving their lives, networking, building, leveraging each other, sign up for my Patreon. We're growing each and every day. Link to it down in the description box down below. Until next time, YouTube.